Hey there, I'm Curly, and welcome to Unfiltered and Undiscovered, the podcast where three music lifers dig into the songs, the stories, and the legends of music that may not have crossed your radar yet. But if you're new here, let me set the scene. I'm the punter, the guy who swears that the best music, the best Australian independent music, was in 1986. I've got the record collection to prove it. Now, joining me each week, I've got Braggy. He's a lifelong muso, a dreamer that's still waiting for that one song of his to go viral. He knows his stuff and he loves digging into lyrics. And of course, we've got Rossy. Rossy, the roadie, the manager, and the guy with a story about every band that's ever plugged into a pub PA system anywhere from Perth to Parramatta. Together, we get unfiltered with the best undiscovered artists across Australia and occasionally the world. And occasionally, we also talk a whole lot of rubbish around artists that we already love. Let's get into it.
Hey y'all, I'm Alison Asarch from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Sean Fraser from the Ritzy Kids Hunters.
This is Johnny from Rail Motor.
Hey, it's Shane from Blind Season.
Hey, it's Rob Stanier, and you can check out my music on all the streaming platforms.
Check out my latest music on all the streaming sites.
Check out my debut album on all streaming platforms.
Check out our new debut album.
Check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. And you're listening to our friends, Braggy and Curly.
My favorite bands from Australia.
You're listening to our friends, Braggy, Rossy, and Curly
on the
Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.
What do you reckon?
Let's go for it.
All right. Hey there, everyone. It's Curly here, and welcome to episode 238 of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. We are back to three old blokes, just three different old blokes with one obsession, and that's music that matters. Unfiltered chats, undiscovered artists. Every week on the pod, it's guitars, grit, and the good stuff that you're not going to hear on mainstream radio. This is Unfiltered and Undiscovered. And wherever you're listening, hit that like and subscribe button. And please share it with a friend of yours that needs to get some new music in their life. Well, we have on the podcast tonight, welcome back, Rossy. It's great to see you. It's been a couple of weeks, and I don't think I've talked to you since the Blues won the State of Origin.
No, you guys cut up nasty and just blocked me.
They didn't win it.
It's just interesting how our break coincided with you giving Rossy the ability to gloat about a win, right? Let's just have a break for a while. Maybe we'll forget about it.
Yeah. Spoken like a true St. George supporter.
Oh, 100%, yep. Right? 100%. We'll win it. I was getting grand final tickets 2 weeks ago, and then reality hit again. But now Braggy's not with us tonight. He's, I believe, playing a solo gig at the Adelaide Oval. So there's a lot to say about it's not what you know, it's who you know. So well done, Braggy.
But it is just Braggy in the Adelaide Oval, no one else.
I don't know. Well, that's what it looked like, didn't it? It looked like there
no,
was
in the photo, he's doing a corporate function, I suspect. What a beautiful surrounding, what a beautiful ground. It looked lovely. Like he can see the whole of Adelaide Oval from where he's singing.
Yeah, it looked amazing.
Like for him, that's living the dream. How lucky is he? That's great.
And so I've sidled up, and we've got Big Stu in the house again. Seeing that we're going to be.
Big Stu rolls in like a westbound train, dust on his boots, stories in his brain. He's got a voice like gravel, rough and low, knows the roads where the wild winds blow. He's seen it all, from the highs to the pain, every bar, every back row lane. Big Stu, tell me what you've seen. The whiskey nights, the faded dreams, a heart that's open, raw and true. Country music lives in you, Big Stu.
We're going to be talking a little bit about CMA Fest in Nashville. Who better than to ask our country music correspondent? So now, Stewie, you've been in the wars, mate.
I have, yes. Just a small bit of damage to a left arm.
I thought he looks like the human poker machine.
Yeah, it is. Exactly right, yes. No, I managed to tear my bicep tendon totally off, retracted 50 centimetres, and now I'm 50 mil, sorry. Now I'm in a recovery.
Wow,
So,
man, that's just...
Yep. Man, it's fun, I tell you. Awesome. Can't do anything.
Left arm rather than right arm. I've broken my right arm at one stage, and I've had a shoulder reconstruction. And you learn how limited dexterity you have in your non-dominant hand.
Oh, 100%.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
On our Flying Runner podcast, we interviewed a lady called Karen Harvey who lost her right shoulder and right arm to a flesh-eating bacteria. It's a really incredible story, but she's gone on to be an athlete, a Paralympian, all this sort of stuff. So it was a really inspiring story. But even just little things like who starts, she's got to get someone to start her watch because she's only got the one arm. So it's not like you've got another set of hands. So it's really just some of those little things that we take for granted. So I do need to talk about footy tipping because that's another horror story at the moment. So when we look at where we currently are in the NRL, right? So, it's timed out. Why is it timed out? So,
blame Peter V'landys.
Sorry?
Blame Peter V'landys.
Braggy is leading overall in the NRL on 74. Rossy's on 73. Then we've got Waxer and Moose on 71. We thought Moose was going to get going after he's played the Joker. But Cat's on 65. Big Stu's on 64. Katie Brooke, you are now one up on me on 63. And Curly's on 57. So it is just upset city all the way home here, I think, for me this year.
Play the Joker and pick New South Wales in the second state of origin.
Yeah. Well, Stewie was saying he should have played the Joker last week, right? He got
I got 7 or 8 last week and didn't play my Joker.
And then when we look at the AFL,
Braggy.
Moose is well in front there, 94.
No
Braggy's on 88. Curly's on 83, so I must be doing something right. Waxer's on 81. Rossy's on 81. Cat's on 77. And Big Stu's down the doldrums at 70. So when you look at just Rossy, Curly, and Braggy's
smashing
Braggy's in front now. Rossy 162. Rossy's on 154. And I've just got no chance at 140. So I'm just making up the numbers.
He's got the bronze. He's locked it in.
It's got locked in the bronze.
Absolutely. So that's the footy tipping. What's been happening down your part of the world, Rossy?
All sorts of odds and sods. Yeah, been doing the odd gig with our band Jupiter 5. We're playing next week with we're pretty excited to be playing a show in Sydney with the New Christs.
Yeah.
Good fun. Yeah, that'll be good fun. I've been doing shows with my other life, and that's pretty hilarious at times, I've got to say. We refurbed our theatre, so we've had our first Chinese opera of the year.
Yeah.
I've done a couple of I've done a big Indian theatre show. I've got a big Bollywood weekend coming up.
Oh wow.
Very good.
Yeah, so we do a lot of that sort of cultural stuff. It's really interesting.
The multicultural hot seat in Sydney, eh? So.
Oh well, Hurstville is it's deep in the heart of the. You know that we actually run Cogger Oval, Jubilee Oval's ours. It's run by our council, and it's a delightful ground. It looks beautiful, lovely ground. I'd love to go and have a look at it. But
the Sharks play there next year, right?
Nah, geez, how disappointing was that? Really, if you can't get up to beat the Sharks, what's going on?
I know, absolutely.
I know.
Speaking about multicultural, last week's show was a young Chinese-born, US-studied, now living in London, pop musical artist Neon Tong, and it was a really interesting conversation I had with him, and that's on our very latest episode. But for the first time ever, Rossy, when I listened to his music, I was thinking it's like a movie soundtrack, right? So, and you know, every now and again, I pop out the with artists saying you should make a musical out of this. Anyway, he now is working in musical. He's doing a musical theatre. Not a bad thing, and he's writing the music for it. So,
well, that's another example of your quality mentorship.
Oh,
it is.
Absolutely.
It is.
And to make it happen just so quickly
Yes.
was just incredible.
Wow.
So, very interesting. We've had, once again, another range of artists coming through and sending in their stuff, and listening to one that came through yesterday. A lady called Duxie Franklin has released After the Storm, and it is very, very interesting, and I think Braggy would love it just quietly. So I've reached out and said, well, let's not just plug your song. Let's have a chat on the podcast. So
Get you on the get you on to come and have a listen.
Duxie will be joining us as well, hopefully within a very short period of time. So what we wanted to have a quick chat about today is just CMA Fest in Nashville, because it just looks amazing. Rossy, have you ever had anyone go over to the CMA Fest or?
Oh, not that I really know of. Like, I know we all know a lot of people who are over there at the moment. Living in Nashville and stuff like, people like Mel Dyer and all those people. So it's the big show, really. Like, if we have CMC over here, it's pretty big over there, I've got to say.
Yeah, it is. So just looking at some of the stats around it, every day, crowds of like 90 to 100,000 people in Nashville on some of the main stages. So, and just, I mean, you've been to Nashville, haven't you, Rossy?
I've been to Nashville. Have you been to Nashville, Curly?
I have been to Nashville. So,
I'm the only one that hasn't. So there we go.
Oh, you're not the only one.
Oh, the only one here.
Braggy just keeps doubling down, saying, I don't want to go to Nashville.
Yeah, that's right. He hates Nashville now.
Yeah.
Actually, as I look at the lineup, Mel Dyer's got a run.
Yeah, she did. She got
Mel Dyer's. That's pretty impressive. She's a.
Well, Stewie's got a list of the Aussie artists. So, Stewie, do you want to roll through that?
Yeah,
some of the Aussies that played at CMA.
Yeah, so there's quite a few of them. Look, Austin Mackay, Brad Cox, Brianna Dinsley, Brittany Elise.
Yep.
On the show.
Yeah. Chloe Styler.
So really?
Another one. Yeah.
Then we've got Ethan Calway, Jake Davey.
Also he's been on the show.
Yeah.
Then we've got Jarrad Wrigley, who's out there. He won the over here at Golden Guitars. He was the star maker this year. And from the Farmer Wants a Wife. And he's managed to get a run over there. Well, good on him. Keith Urban, of course. Kingswood. Yeah. Matt Geiger, Melanie Dyer, as you mentioned before, Rachael Fahim, the Dregs, Tori Dark,
another one,
and Tyler Rodriguez,
another one. From the show.
Oh, there we go. How good's that?
Well, I think a shout out to the boys from the Golden Guitars may not be enough anymore. I think that we probably need to step that up. Wouldn't you think, Curly? Stu, I think Stu's actually done a lot of the hard work educating us hillbillies about this stuff, and he's brought a lot of this stuff to our attention, and we, if he gives us the word, we know. So I think that's impressive. Really, that is really impressive. Yeah, because awesome. Nashville is the center of the universe for for country
100%.
performers. So of those, who do you reckon has really got the moves going on, Stu?
Certainly Tyler Rodriguez, I reckon, is certainly going to an up and comer. Tory Dark seems to be getting some good traction and great to listen to, and is certainly going forward. So they're the probably two at the moment that I see is out there.
I think also Robbie Mortimer played this year at CMA as well. So after his
State of Origin
anthem, he got caned for that. Just quietly.
And that's not cool. That's not cool, because the problem is, right, when you're playing out on that big field, the in-ear monitoring and the delays and stuff, it throws you, right? It throws you. And it, they need to, like, look, you saw the AFL Grand Final, Meatloaf tanked.
Yeah.
And he had a voice that people would die for. It's a challenge that's taken out many, many performers. And anyone who's jumping on Robbie and giving him a kicking over that should go and get a really good look at themselves. And let's see how well you do, you bastards.
I thought it was a gutsy move, adding a little bit of Australian country into the State of Origin. I actually didn't mind it. I just thought the production was shithouse. You couldn't hear it well. There was a lot of things wrong, but I don't think there was a lot of things wrong with what Robbie did. So
no,
I reckon he made up for it by jumping on a stage at CMA just quietly.
Good jump.
But his brother I saw his brother give someone a good spray about it on one of the socials. I was all behind him too. Yep, good on you, mate. Because they're good, solid boys. They're decent men,
Yeah, 100%.
Pretty much so.
So at CMA Fest, there is something like 10 stages that are, most of them are free, right? There's a headline stage at Nissan. Nissan Stadium appears to be the only thing that gets ticketed. So,
but
main stage, platform stage, but
what a futuristic stadium that looks like, doesn't it?
Oh, mate, that is so cool. Yeah.
You stand there in Broadway and you look down at that stadium and just go, the fuck, what is this?
And it would be really interesting. There's the river stage there now, which overlooks the NFL field, and they've got a new stadium being built there right next door to the old stadium. So that's going to be Nashville's just moving ahead. So
it is.
I reckon there's a Super Bowl coming once that new stadium is built at Nashville. Can you imagine?
Could you imagine that?
Wow.
Oh my God. Maybe that's the time you should get there. Stu, that's the one. But tickets would be like $5,000 though.
Yeah.
Easily. So I'll read out the sponsors because some of them are classics. Right. The Chevy Riverfront Stage, obviously the largest daytime stage. Big names were playing there. Dr. Pepper Amp Stage at Ascend Park. We've got the Chevy Vibe Stage at Walk of Fame Park. We've got the Good Molecules Reverb Stage, which is at Bridgestone Plaza. The Wrangler Remix Stage, which was new for this year, and that was about new, fresh artists. And then you had the Fanfare X at Music City Centre. We've got the CMA Close-Up Stage. And we had the Tractor Supply Spotlight Stage, which is emerging artists and acoustic performances. But 10 stages free to choose from. And, of course, you've got all of Broadway doing its thing and all the honky-tonks. And
it would be a circus.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
the big thing I wanted to I found interesting, Rossy, and it's interesting to get your thoughts on this as well. So I think there's some estimates that CMA Fest brings in something like $86 million
over the 4 days
into Nashville over the 4 days.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal. But all the artists actually fundamentally get paid nothing, right? So all the name artists, and they donate their appearance fee, and I use the inverted commas, to the charity arm of the CMA. And so every year I think there's a $2 million donation that goes into the CMA community, which helps breed more and more artists coming through.
Okay. Well, first off, you kind of think that, if they're donating their fee, then that means there is kind of a Yeah, there's a paper transaction. So for them, that's a bit of a tax write-off on one side. Yeah, performers get tax write-off. Plus the person whose name's on the door is getting, sure, we all hate talking about people getting paid in exposure dollars. Yeah. Because you can't eat them. But I think if you're gonna do one, that's going to be the one there that you're going to, if you want to get yourself in front of people. I can understand why people would do that. Now, Curly, earlier on you were saying that, but the guys in the band get paid, and that's fair too. And I bet you the crew get paid. Yep, fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. And like I see the American Navy is one of the sponsors as well, which doesn't surprise me. Yeah. So there's enough money floating around, and if the money's going to artist development and charities and America has to have that philanthropic sort of nature. They don't have a social wage like we do. Yeah. We're like into our taxation system, we all pay for all sorts of benefits like health that Americans don't get, right? So they'd have a benevolent fund for artists who are down on their luck too, I'd suspect. And they'd have a lot of things. Yeah, I can get why they do it. I kind of go, well, if you're going to do one, that's going to be one. Yeah, like every performer I've ever met has been more. Every time you approach a performer to do a charity show, they always put their hand up every time before anybody else in the world. Okay. Yeah, so like you look at any charity first. Let's put on a concert, right? But I can't remember how many concerts we've had for down and out musicians, but that's another story.
It is a very interesting scenario, but it actually surprised me. But but I was actually pleasantly surprised that they play, the backing musos and whatnot, because I think that for many of them, there potentially are their own charity cases, and it would have been hard to go up to someone and say, "Hey, I know you're doing it hard, but we're not going to pay you. And what we're going to pay you, we're actually going to donate to the charity arm to help other struggling artists." So,
but I suspect some of the bigger acts, people would go, the band would put their hand up as well and not do it as well.
Yeah. So CMA, it just looks something like I would want to go to CMA Fest, right?
Oh, it'd just be one of those big events, right?
Yeah. It'd just be full on 24/7. And it would just be like, I don't know how big Nashville is, Rossy, but when you're getting 100,000 people there every day showing up,
there won't be a dry room in the house.
Yeah. But boost 90% occupancy. It's just incredible. And it started in 1972 as the fanfare with 5,000 people.
See, some of the things I've seen is that the charity, basically the money goes to music education across America.
Yeah.
Hey, a little bit of money spent on music education goes a long way.
Yeah. 100%.
$2 million amongst 350 million people. Maybe not as far as it could. But hey, like, could you imagine what it'd be like on Broadway just any time of the day or night? There'll be guys playing. There'll be Ubers driving all over the place, cars going with the guy and a guitar, jumping out, driving 300 meters, jumping out, doing another one, playing for 25 minutes, going somewhere else. Putting their hair out for the tips, off they go. Like it'd just be absolutely crazy. But like you look at any of the big festivals here. I don't know what's the big festival over here these days. I guess Good Things is one of the big ones, right?
Yeah, and you've got some of yours out. What's the Ute Muster? There's
Denny Ute Muster. There's the Monday. There's the Big Red Bash.
Yeah,
all
Big
those
Red
ones.
Bash.
Isn't that soon? That's soon, Big Red Bash, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
July. Friends of ours are heading up there. They did the all-nighters there the year before last, I think, last year.
The all-nighters?
Yeah. You never know who's going to be. Like, you'll get John Diesel and Barnes and all those sort of acts out. Yeah. Probably the Screaming Jets.
Yep. Dave Gleason goes out there. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah. But, like, we've only got, remember, it's only 27 million of us.
Yeah.
So on a scale, we're pretty good at it.
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah. But yeah, like I can just just to be immersed in that, especially as an artist like Tyler or Mel or any of those guys, it'd just be like mind blowing coming from here and doing Tamworth and then going over there.
Yeah.
So a full crowd at Tamworth, so full house is 5,000 people.
Is it?
Yeah.
And they got that in the first one in 73.
I've actually been working with a guy who does the Golden Guitars every year, and he's been doing it for years. And I was talking to him about it yesterday, and he's saying that bands like the Wolf Brothers come in. You know the Wolf Brothers?
Yeah.
And he said every year the amount of technology that those bands are turning up with, pushing the envelope, is incredible. All these country bands, it's almost like an arms race. He said, whilst they're technically in competition, he said it's really collegiate and they're all really supportive of each other. But every time the Wolf Brothers turn up, he goes, "What are you throwing at me this year, fellas?" And there's always something new. I kind of dig that. As you know, I'm not frightened of new technology. We've got the young fella here. He's bought a 1970s organ and he's stripped the guts out of it. And he's retrofitting it with a MIDI keyboard that's going to trigger another keyboard that turns it into a Fender Rhodes piano. So he'll have a retro, like a phony, like a sampling Fender Rhodes piano he's building in his bedroom. He's going to do it for under $1,000, he reckons.
Oh, wow.
To buy a Fender Rhodes will cost about 7 or 8.
Yep.
So
I've got ideas like that from Rossy. Where does that come from?
That's him, man. That's all him.
Yeah.
That's not me. I've always been a little bit of a hacker, but when he was young, he used to make things like he'd make, he spent a period of time trying to make Spider-Man web shooters and stuff like that, all the mechanical things. So it's a bit steampunk based, right? All the old steampunk's all mechanical. So he's all in doing that. So he'd be buying pulleys and shutters and switches and all sorts of stuff. So he's doing that. But this will be interesting if he pulls it off. I'm staying out of the way and letting him do it because if it fucks up, I don't want to be held responsible.
Yeah, absolutely. I get that as well. So, all righty. We might start winding this up because over the next couple of weeks, Rossy, so we just wanted to have a quick check-in, let our followers know that we're still around. Right?
We're still alive.
We're still alive. A solo show last Saturday. Might have thought we were a bit of a band that was falling out. The only thing that's changed is Braggy's gone even more casual and he's gone corporate by the sound of it. So,
I know his EBA allows him to have a flex day every now and again.
I know. but we do need to have a quick chat about Braggy because he played the Tape Bragg trio,
which had 4 people in it. Just saying,
he was never good at counting, was he?
But there was some pretty groovy tunes that he shared with us, and
they played.
I really want to dive in with him is the Rattlesnake, which was a very interesting song. So
had a great groove, didn't it?
It did. It had a really good groove.
Yeah, Bragg is a very laid back and hippie, chill guy, really.
Yeah. Yes.
When he's got a guitar in his hand, otherwise you can wind him up.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's a trio, isn't it?
It's a trio plus 1.
3,
Yeah. Had a ring in.
Yeah. So, and I know he was really nervous about that gig because that was the first one that they'd put on, but he would have liked a couple of more numbers. But the crowd looked all right, didn't it?
Looked good. Looked good, man. It's hard being in a band. I've got to tell you.
Yeah.
It's hard for everyone. Hard for your family too.
I've got some good news there too also for some music. You were talking about the new Christ and Jupiter 5 supporting them. I got tickets to TISM that are doing a national tour. I think that's November. But the one I'm really looking forward to, and you spoke about this in a couple of shows ago, we've got Huxton Creepers back here in August. And Mick and Ursula are on
lovely
the support.
Lovely fellas.
So that's going to be one that I look forward to as well.
I believe Mick and Ursula are on Triple Z tonight at midnight.
Oh, truly?
Yes, they are. Yeah. But why? Normally, Mick would be having dinner and be in bed by now, normally.
Yeah. He's got the alarm set.
he will have to set the alarm. Ursula will be pacing because she'll be edgy. She'll be wanting to get there. But Mick and the Creepers go back a long way. I think I actually was up in Brisbane with Mick doing a Creepers support when he was at a band called The Rumours. Would be maybe 15 years ago. Last time the Creepers were around.
2012. They played at West End.
I was there at the Hi-Fi Bar.
Yeah, because
I was there.
I was at that gig with my mates, and
I was there too.
It was Rumours, Mick Madew and the Rumours, Ups and Downs, and Huxton Creepers.
That's right.
Show.
The Creepers came to Sydney. I looked after them because they're long-term stage roadie, who used to do the Go-Betweens. A good friend of ours, Jason Evans, wasn't able to do the show, so they got me to do the show. And the band said, "Oh, it's really good to work with a real professional." And I've never let Evo forget that. Because I've always said to him, because he's from the sunny coast, and I met him on his first shows ever, and I always say to him, "It must be tough being the second best stage guy in the room every time you see me."
Very good.
All righty. So in the coming weeks, Rossy, we have got the Vixens of Fall returning. So 3 sisters. So that's going to be a great show. Yeah. Looking forward to that. We're still trying to get Jess Coombs in the lineup. So she's got some challenges on a Wednesday night. So we'll work through that. John Stokes has got his new album out in July, and we'll be having a chat with him. He was the little bit of a conundrum. He's got the big black hat and the blue hair, I think, at the time when we last spoke to him. So, and of course, hopefully, we've got Eli, a rapper from South Carolina, joining us, or at least joining me on this coming Saturday. So that'll be a little bit of a bonus show.
I just cannot fathom that you've been able to pull this together for 238 episodes. The amount of work that you've had to do to get that going for that long is absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah, and we've got a PR agency now in London that are sending us a lot of artists or what have you. So most of them look really, really good, but it's just from a time zone perspective, it gets really challenging. So
it does.
I've opened up to Saturday mornings, but even then, that is like, I think when I spoke to Neon, it was 7 o'clock Saturday here, and it was 10 o'clock there.
Yeah.
So on a Friday night. So it just makes it a bit tough, but who knows? I think maybe Wednesday nights are a little bit easier for them because that's at least lunchtime out their way, or 11 o'clock.
Yeah, hey. Yeah, because it's plus 10, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be 10 o'clock in the morning. So unless they've got jobs and they're musicians, so they would be bone idle.
Yeah, they're either unemployed or working full time. So.
They're either unemployed or working in a McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly right.
All righty. So if you've loved what you heard, hit follow, share the show, dig deeper on our Spotify playlist. More artists, more stories, more reasons to listen. This is Unfiltered and Undiscovered. Thanks, Big Stu, for jumping in today. Braggy, I hope you loved the Adelaide Oval, and we can't wait for you to actually come back and talk to us. And Rossy, as always, it's been great. So
thanks, mate.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. If you've liked what you've heard, please do us a favor. Hit follow, leave a rating, and share it with a mate who needs some new music and a little bit of laughter in their lives. We're all about discovering the songs that actually mean something. So if you're into raw talent, great stories, and music that hits you right in the guts, you're in the right place, and we'd love to see you back again next week. Don't forget our Spotify playlists. Every damn song, every track we've ever talked about, rising female country artists and undiscovered covers. And just now, they're not just available on Spotify. You'll also find them on YouTube Music and Apple Music as well. Now, we will be back next week with more music, more stories, and probably some more arguments. But that's what keeps us unfiltered. We'll see you next week.